Good morning everyone, welcome back to the channel and for another cycling adventure. It's Dave here, and this morning I am in the North Staffordshire village of Barlaston. Now I want to show you a route today which I've done quite a few times in the past, and it's pretty cool. It's a route of around 20 miles from here, taking in some beautiful off-road trails and some lovely countryside, which my friends and I refer to as the Swynnerton Loop. Now, this is a ride which we used to do a lot of back in lockdown. Remember when you couldn't travel too far away from home? And I haven't done it for a while, so I'm looking forward to getting back out on the bike and showing you what we call the Swynnerton Loop. Let's get on the bike, let's get going. So today's ride, which I affectionately call the Swynnerton Loop, starts off in Barlaston at the Upper House car park. We'll then pass through the Wedgwood estate, home of the famous pottery factory, before joining the Trentham Mersey Canal to take us towards Trentham. Once we're through Trentham and across the busy A34 dual carriageway, we'll pass along a bridleway through the grounds of Trentham Park Golf Club. After passing under the M6 and entering the countryside proper, we'll head through Hanch Fisheries towards Swynnerton Old Park and the Hanch Hills area. It'll be quite a climb up to the summit, and we'll be rewarded with some great views on this beautiful spring morning. Once we get to the summit of Hanch Hills, we'll pass through Swynnerton Old Park and we'll eventually head through the hamlet of Beach and along some more bridleways, which will take us to the village of Swynnerton itself. After passing the impressive hall at Swynnerton, we'll then head in a southeasterly direction towards the town of Stone. Passing back over the M6, we'll join the main A51 road for about a mile as we descend to Method, before leaving the roads behind once again and following the canal into the town of Stone. The final part of the ride then will see us passing through the National Trust area of Downs Banks as we complete the Swynnerton Loop. Well, it's turning into a really beautiful morning for a bike ride. I've just dropped down through the Wedgwood estate and I'm going to leave the roads behind now for a while as I join the towpath of the Trentham Mersey Canal. And this will take me all the way through Trentham in the direction of Hanch Hills. The bridleway passes right through the middle of the golf club here, so look out for flying balls. Excuse me. Thanks.
Okay.
Thank you. So I just have to follow this main road for a quarter of a mile as it takes me under the M6 motorway, and very soon I'll be turning off back towards Hanch Hills. And so the gradual incline towards Hanch Hills has begun, and I'm just going to take it steady, grind it out, and enjoy this beautiful spring morning. Oh, I remember this bit being really sandy, so you just have to select a low gear and keep pedaling. So I'm entering the forest area now known as Swynnerton Old Park, and this is where I'll reach the summit of the Hanch Hills. Now I've just come up this lovely bridleway here, but before I tackle the last bit, which is quite steep to be honest, what I always tend to do is lean my bike up against this fence and just have a few minutes breather. So that's exactly what I've done today, and I'm just blown away by what a beautiful spring morning it is. I can't believe it's so sunny when yesterday it was actually pouring with rain. Now this area is pretty popular for mountain biking in its own right. You can spend a pretty cool day here exploring all the downhill and cross-country tracks and trails. My plan though today is to head up this last bit to the summit and through Hanch Hills, Swynnerton Old Park, and towards the hamlet of Beach. From there I'll head along a few more bridleways until I get to the village of Swynnerton itself. Right, let's grind this out. Oh. Oh, that was quite a climb. Well, I'm at the highest part of the ride now, and that grind of a climb up from Trentham to the top of Hanch Hills has been rewarded, because over to my left hand side here are some fantastic views over towards the Potteries. Oh dear, swallowed a fly. Wow, look at the bluebells down here, beautiful. So we've just passed through the hamlet of Beach, and we're now heading towards the village of Swynnerton. And to do that, we're now going to follow a network of bridleways which will take us into the village. Now, the first section of bridleway is affectionately known as Pheasant Alley. You'll find that on Strava as a segment, and I'm presuming it's because there's pheasants about, although I've never ever ridden down this section and seen a pheasant. Just normally either lots of mud in winter or lots of nettles in summer, but because it's spring, I'm hoping it's not too muddy and it's not too nettly. So I'm going to enjoy this next single track section known as Pheasant Alley. Oh, that was fun. Well, that was a fun run along Pheasant Alley there, although no sign of any pheasants yet again, just quite a lot of horse manure which I had to avoid. Next stop is the village of Swynnerton, but first I've got to climb up another hill. Let's grind it out. Is this one of the most beautiful bridleways you've ever seen? Look at the bluebells carpeted left and right. Beautiful. So I've just left the bridleways behind and I'm about to enter the village of Swynnerton. But before I do, I just wanted to show you something. Come have a look. Just hidden away behind the hedge line here as you enter the village is this wonderful viewpoint. Now, this is a favourite little stop off of mine on my bike rides. There's a lovely bench here. And you can even see the Wrekin in the distance. It really is a lovely little secret garden, and I can never bike past here without stopping and having 5 or 10 minutes sitting on this bench overlooking this beautiful countryside. Right, time to get moving. As we head into the village of Swynnerton, we'll head past the 18th century hall, which is the home of Lord Stafford, and we'll head down Hall Lane, which will take us towards Stone. Now, I'm not going to get political on this channel, but I need to mention the dreaded HS2. Now, for those of you which have been living under a rock for the last 5 years, or if you're not from the United Kingdom, HS2 is, or was, a planned high-speed railway from Birmingham to Manchester, and the plan was for it to carve straight through the Swynnerton estate, obliterating those beautiful bridleways which I've just ridden along. Now, was it last year, 2023, the whole thing got scrapped? So the bridleways are here to stay, and this beautiful countryside is still here to enjoy. So I've made it to Bury Bank, and now the next section of ride is one of those necessary evils, unfortunately. The bridleway stops about a mile short of Method, where we can join the Trent and Mersey Canal, and the only realistic way of getting there is by riding along this road, which is the A51 Stone to Nantwich Road. We'd rather be doing traffic free if we could help it, but let's let this traffic go and then head down the A51 into Method. Safely negotiated the A51 and crossed to the A34, so now no more main roads between here and the finish. Well, that was a lovely little drink stop in the market town of Stone, and now I'm heading back north to complete the loop with the last section through the National Trust area of Downs Banks. Well, that was a lovely little run through Downs Banks, but inevitably you get to this climb at the end, which is one last killer before we complete the loop. Just got to grind it out. Oh God, what a hill. Well, we've made it to the top of Downs Banks, and I'm pleased to say that is the last incline of the entire loop. All that remains now is a nice downhill back to the upper house car park in Ballaston. Well, I've made it back to the upper house car park here in Ballaston, and I've completed the Swynnerton Loop. You know, I really enjoyed that ride. It's been quite a while since I've done it, and I'd forgotten just how beautiful the countryside is, especially up around Hanch Hills in Swinton. Fantastic, especially on a day like today. If you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment. I love replying to comments, so leave me a comment, and I'll see you soon, hopefully, for some more cycling adventures. So I'll leave you now on this lovely spring morning here in Ballaston, Staffordshire. I'm Dave, and from Smiles Per Hour, see you soon.